What's up, party people? Is back. I decided to record one more episode because, it was either record one more episode or I go watch Game of Thrones. And Game of Thrones is fine. I enjoy watching it, but it also I'm watching it from like the beginning, and I'm watching like season 3, right? And we all actually none of us know what happens in season 3 because none of us watch it. But like if this somehow reaches the masses and you have watched season 3, you know what happens at the end of season 3 and you're like, fuck. So, I mean, it's a good show, but like at the same time, I don't want to go watch it because it's gonna hurt my feelings. So, I mean, that's that. That's what I feel about that. Um, Feeling good. It's weird to be, it's weird to have like a really good run and then go back, but like, I'm used to it by now. I have a lot of good runs. I had a lot of good runs today. What did that gain me? Literally nothing, but, whatever. Oh, nice. That's actually worthwhile to go to the shop on the first floor. Color me surprised. Let me think. Shouldn't have picked that up. But, what are you gonna do? I was gonna talk about something, and I was like sitting in my chair right before I started recording, and I was like, there's like something I want to talk about, and I know what it is, but like I forget. And I think it's about TV, like television, like regularly consumed media, because I was thinking about Game of Thrones, and I was like, yeah, I like watching Game of Thrones, right? But like at the same time, I don't want to watch Game of Thrones because it's hurt my feelings, And it makes me think about this one show that was on Oh fuck, voice crack. I gotta drink some water after this fight. It was made me think about this one show that was on AMC, and it was a decent show. It was like about this like samurai group or whatever, and they were doing samurai garbage, normal samurai stuff, and they were like, but like there was also like not cocaine, opiates or something. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then whatever. I think it was called Into the Badlands, a 2000 like probably 15 classic. It wasn't even a classic, and the reason is I call it not a classic. Bless me, thank me, I'm welcome. The reason I call it not a classic is because it did something that I thought was not like bad for like a TV show to do necessarily, but it's just not proper. Or not that it's not even proper. Like, they know more about cinematography than I do, like, obviously. But at the same time, there's a specific, type of thing that TV shows like this do that, makes me not want to watch them, basically. Fuck me, am I right? I just had this, and I almost feel bad about picking it up, because I just had it. It's the first floor. Like, make it a challenge, like, at least. I've had only good runs today, and I'm not complaining. Like, I love having a good run. But, like, jeez. You didn't even make me reroll for it. Like, damn, you're really gonna, like... Am I really worth that little to you? Am I a joke to you? Do you think I can't win a normal run? I'm kidding. I love Mom's Knife. Where was I going? What was I thinking about? Wow, this run is just out of control. They don't think I'm capable of winning a bad run. That's not true. I'm good. Sorta. Yeah, we're done here. It was Into the Badlands, and I got like midway through the season, and I was like, this is such a good show. I love this show. And then they did something that I've noticed that a lot of shows are accidentally guilty of. they end an episode on what they think is a cliffhanger, but it isn't. Right? They take the show in a direction that you didn't really expect, and, you know, you're not really ready for it, so you're just like, well, you know, whatever. And let me try to give you, like, specifically what happened in the show so that you can kind of get a gist of what I'm talking about. The main character was like this cool samurai dude who was like really good at killing, but he has like a special power or whatever, and he like screwed with the wrong guy, and then you know, the guy found out about it, and then he like kidnapped him. You know, and they think to themselves, like, as producers, they're like, well, yeah, I ended this episode on a really, you know, weird, or not weird, but like a really heart-pounding cliffhanger. The audience is sure to come back next week to, you know, figure out what happened to the main character, because, you know, the main character, there's been some plot development. You know, he's like, you care like a decent amount about the character, and you know, you're worried about what's going to happen to him, right? Like, they think that you're worried about what's going to happen to him, but like at this point in the show, you know, that's not the kind of turn you want to have. Like, you don't want to set expectations for something and then, you know, not abide by that. Because it was like, if you set up like a villain, right, and you get me invested in that villain, and then you just like straight up kill him, like what does that say about your storytelling? Like, you're saying, well, I just you know, got you invested in a character, and I just killed him off just because I could. You know, that's not necessarily good writing. That's just like, that just tells you, you know, instead of like building up to something, they're just gonna, like, they can just kill out whoever they want at any point because they don't care. And like, that's not necessarily true, but like, that's the feeling it gives, right? Like, that's what you think they mean. Like, let me try and tell you what happens. Like, I'm gonna summarize what happens in the story. It's gonna sound stupid, but this is just, I don't want this. I'm gonna take it so I can get precedent, but like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have fought Mega Satan. Bomb. Yeah, bomb here for a key. Because a key is more valuable to you. Now leave. So, in the show, there's these like 4 families, and they're like mob boss families, and they have like a bunch of slaves, and like every year they take some of their slaves out, and they say, well, you know, you guys are not very good, or not that you're not very good, but like, we have plenty of farmers for what we're doing, or we have plenty of like mechanics for what we're doing, but we don't have a lot of warriors to protect us from the other families. So what does that mean for you? Well, that means that you get to try out to be, you know, a baddie. Or, not a baddie, but like, I forget what they were called. I'm gonna call them samurais, because that's where they were basically, like, they had samurai swords. But they weren't really called samurai. They were called something else. Like, something really, like, sort of cringy, but like, not really. Like a noun that they turned into an adjective or something. I don't remember. If you watched it, you know, congratulations. And you probably know what I'm talking about. And they spent like the whole like first half of the season building up this tension between the main character, who was a slave, and, you know, the master. The master was like, you can never get a girl pregnant, but he has like a girlfriend or like a hooker or someone that he likes, and he gets her pregnant, and he's like, if you ever get a girl pregnant, I'm gonna have to kill her and kill the baby. And then the guy was like, I don't want my baby to die. I want to live a normal life. So he's like, the master finds out, and he's like, you know, I'll kill you for this. And then like the master dies. But they just spend half a season making this master guy like a fully fledged character. You know, they spent that whole time making him like dislikable, and but they made him seem powerful, like he was unkillable, and then they just like killed him, and then they like got the main character captured, and, you know, the side character that was also important got, you know, like captured and, you know, fucked around with or whatever. But like, what does that mean for the show, well, it means that they just, you know, they killed off the only enemy, or the only bad guy that you really even cared about. And now what? There's this morally ambiguous character that you're like, I don't know if I don't like them or not. Because like they're fighting for like a noble cause, but they're doing it in like a mean way, I guess. And you're just like, ooh, I don't know if I believe in all of that. And then, you know, but like, in the end of the day, what do I want here? Blue map, yeah. Space Orange can be, yeah, that's really good. But what was I getting at here? But like, they spend the whole time making him seem like a bad guy, and then they just like killed him, and you're like, well, you know, that's unfortunate that, or that's fortunate that he died because like he was a bad guy, but like he had so much potential, right? He had so much potential. So I mean, what's the point of killing him this early when you could like draw it out and then make it, you know, worthwhile, I guess. But instead, that's not how it happened. What did I just got a stat up for doing nothing? Okay, I'll take it. But yeah, so that brings me to my main topic, which is, why do shows do something that they think is going to result in a cliffhanger, but it really just ends with the, well, I guess the show's over. Like, you shouldn't have, or not the show's over. You shouldn't have a season finale kind of feeling at the end of every single episode. Like, that's just, you're not that important to me. Like, that's not gonna eat up any time in my life thinking about your show, because like, it's just a TV show. Like, it's fine, but like, at the same time, you know, I have other things in my life that I'm invested in, and your show isn't like a #1 on that list, is what it boils down to. Every time you take damage. No, that's doo-doo. No, I don't want that. Give me battery here. Battery? Battery? Battery. That's not a battery. This will be funny because I have Mom's knife and I just don't feel like searching for anything else. Guppy Dream isn't really alive, so I'm not gonna bother doing that. Whoops. No, but like, a show, you can't really force me to care about the show if every single episode you're like, oh, well, the character's about to die! Like, you know, no, the character's not about to die. I know he's not about to die, because if you kill him, you know, there is another character in the show that I care about. Or that you even bothered making me care about, basically. You know, don't set expectations and then fail me, or fail on those expectations, you know, every single episode. You know, my ear itches. I don't know why. Probably because I talk so much. But like, you can't really set up expectations for me, like, every single episode and expect me to, like, believe you at the end. You know, because, like, every episode before that, they're like, oh, no, he's gonna die, or, you know, he's getting into a fight, what's gonna happen? And you're like, well, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen, but, like, yeah, you haven't really hooked me yet. You know, not that it's hard to hook me, but, like, or that hooking me is a valuable thing, but, like, still, at the same time, like, isn't that, like, the goal? Well, that was interesting. But like you've got to know what I mean by that, right? Like, you can't expect me to care about, like, every single, like, episode and its ending, because, like, at that point, it's like, do I really even care? Or am I just, like, are they making me think that I care? That's, like, a bad way of describing it, but, like, almost didn't get hit there. But yeah. That's just how I feel. I'm trying to think of, like, another TV series that does that frequently. I mean, The Walking Dead had a bad habit of doing that, and I guess that might be just like an AMC thing. AMC was producing it, so... Although, like, The Walking Dead eventually, like, did it right, I think. They were kind of like, we've made you care about the characters at this point, so, like, we're allowed to, you know, make you think they're gonna die or something, because, like, they do die sometimes, but, like, you know, at the same time, they sometimes don't, or most of the time they don't. You know, you can't kill a character every episode, because, like, if you did, well, you'd be out of characters. And you could introduce a new character every episode and then just kill the old ones off. But, like, if you did that, then... Now you're facing the problem, like, the audience doesn't care about the characters, and that's, like, important. You should, like, your audience should care about the characters, somewhat. Because that's what makes it work. And that's why I think Game of Thrones works. Like, I'm watching Season 3, and, like, no one has died yet. And I'm not saying that, I say it like it's a surprise, but, like, it's not really a surprise. Like, I didn't expect anyone to die. You know, it's the beginning of the season. You know, but, like, this other show was, like, you know, not halfway through its season, but, like, at the first, like, 4 or 5 episodes of the season. And it was like, oh no, the character's gonna die, but, like, but now, like, there is a time for exposition and there is a time for action. And I think that, it's hard to balance that. So I'm not going to act like I'm a cinematographer and say, well, every 23.5 minutes you should have a minor action scene. You know, that's not really how it is. It's more like, you know, exposition is important. You should make it so that the story makes sense. But, like, if all you're doing is setting up for conflict and then never, like, really letting the audience experience that, then, like, there's, like, a disconnect there. Like, the audience needs to experience it. But at the same time, you know, if all you do is have conflict and it's meaningless, then, you know, did I really care to start with? We had greed, so we can't really get anything here. No battery charge. I'll do this last room and see if I can get a battery charge so I can get a double charge for our potential deal with the devil. No, but I like Game of Thrones, and, like, I don't want to seem like I'm pretending like I don't like it, because I do. I enjoy Game of Thrones. Bomb him. Yeah, I'm out of here. I've been everywhere I want to go. No, I like Game of Thrones, and I don't want to make it seem like I don't like Game of Thrones, because I think the pacing for it is not superb, but, like, pretty good. I think it does its job correctly. Take this. No, my answers! Why did it give me a fucking pill? And it's fucking paralysis. My answers rune. Anyway, so I don't want to make it seem like I don't like Game of Thrones because I'm not watching it now, or because I'm saying, oh, I don't want to record anymore, but I would rather record than watch Game of Thrones, because that's not the case, okay? It's not. That's not the case at all. The case is, my back hurts, and if I lay back in my chair, I will hurt my back, and that's just how I feel. Yeah. Not that I'm like super old and out of shape, but like, what the fuck? Why can't I still can't see my health. What floor am I on? Depths 2? Save me. 100% chance for a deal, so I'm gonna go ahead and get 2 charges. Think I'll take 2 charges. Let's see. Save me. No, but I appreciate Game of Thrones. I think it's a good show. It's coming out with its last season. And I think they said that its last season was not really based off of the books. Or, not that it wasn't based off the books, but, like, it was less based off the books than... There's less based off the books than was usual. Yeah. Which means I can't go and, like, cheat and, like, look up a synopsis for the, or not a synopsis, but like a, I think, yeah, it's called a synopsis, like a summary of the book, so that I'll know who dies and who doesn't. Because, like, if they kill my favorite characters, I'm gonna be a little upset. But since it's the last season, there's like a fairly high chance that they're gonna kill my favorite character, and that's a real tilter. It's a real tilter. I like Arya Stark. Yeah, I want this. I like Arya Stark and I like Sandor Clegane. My favorite characters. And I saw this post on Tumblr, or not I didn't see the post on Tumblr. Like, I saw someone else post this post on Tumblr. And they were like, if a man says that his favorite character or his favorite show or his favorite character or something is like this, like a certain person from a bad TV show, or not a bad TV show, but like a TV show that a character that has a lot of flaws, basically. They're like, if your favorite character from, or your favorite, okay, sound out the words here. If your favorite your favorite character from a TV show is like Walter White or like someone like that, you know, run in the opposite direction, because that person is crazy. Because, you know, no one likes Walter White because, you know, of his dashing personality. They like him because he's like a badass, right? But he's also like a bad guy. And they're like, it's like toxic masculinity or something. They like to be controlling or something. You know, some garbage like that. But, like, you know, how true is that really? You know, do I like a flawed character because... Or they say you can like a character, but they can't be your favorite character. Like, maybe it is my favorite character because he's funny, and I think he's a nice guy. Or not a nice guy, but, you know, a misinterpreted guy. Like, I'm pretty sure if this person that wrote that post, saw that, you know, not saw, but like, you know, if they were asked, you know, is this a red flag? Is my boyfriend, you know, his favorite character from Speed Up? No, I don't want that. If his favorite character from, you know, the show is Sandor Clegane. You know, Clegane is a legitimate, like, he was a villain for the first, you know, 3 seasons, you know. If he's your favorite character, then, you know, that's a bad look, you know, because he's not a good person, you know. He's a bad person. You know, he kills people for, like, you know, just cause. He's not a sellsword, but, like, you know, he had, you know, a bad history in the first season, you know. But, you know, we love a character who makes a redemption, right? You know, and he's made a redemption, right? But he's also like a bad person, sorta, in a way. You know, he's kind of fucked up. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Probably shouldn't have picked up this book because I have the book bag. But I think it's like the opposite. Like, I think you can like a character who's evil. Right? You know, the same post, you know, that people, or the same post that, you know, females were like, Oh yes, I completely understand. If your boyfriend's favorite character is, such and such, then, that's a bad look because, that's a bad character. But like, some females' favorite characters are like evil, like straight up evil. Like, I can't really think of an example, but I know it's true. Like I'm sorry I'm saying like so much. I'm drawing a blank here, but like I know that it's true. Females be like, wow, I really love Ted Bundy in the new documentary. He's fine as hell. Like, hello? Are you okay? Everything okay at home? Do we need to have a dialogue? We'll see. Is everything alright? Bookworm. Yeah, this is out of control. This is exactly what I wanted to see. When I took the book bag or backpack, this is exactly the setup I was envisioning having. I can't believe it actually worked. No, but like, females be like, or not, they probably would counter that, argument with, oh, well, we were just joking. Your favorite character really is Sandor Clegane. Well, Sandor Clegane had, a redemption arc. Ted Bundy got executed in prison. And you might be like, well, I ironically thought that he was the best character, or that Ted Bundy was a valued character in the TV show. Okay? But like at the same time, all good jokes contain true shit. J. Cole taught me that one. Same rope you climb up on, they hang you with. Pretty sure? It's all pink on the inside. Fuck what color they faces. Wise words from an indecent man. Remind me of the time that we was 3/5 of them. That's pretty, almost positive that's 2014 Forest Hill Drive. I get, some songs from Born Sinner and, Forest Hill Drive's confused. They're not very similar albums, but like, they're also, not that different. It's still J. Cole, it's still, some of the same types of songs. You probably know. If you're watching this video and you're at this point in the video, it's a good chance I forced you to listen to 2014, or no, Born Sinner at least 30 times, if not more. Love Born Sinner. I think it's a fantastic album. And haters will say, it's J. Cole's only good album. And that's only partially true, because he had another good album, 2014 Forest Hill Drive, easy. He also had the warm-up, and the warm-up wasn't perfect, okay, but it was okay. It was decent. Ow. Gotta start bombing these. Playing bad, but like, this setup is not unlosable, but it's pretty fucking close. Yeah, I like Sandor Clegane. J. Cole is a good artist, or he was a good artist. I don't like much of the stuff he puts out now, but what do I know? I'm just I'm Whitey. Whitey wants to keep us down. Whatever. I'm not even gonna get into the race bait here. I don't care about race bait. It's not even really race bait, is it? They actually believe that. Not they. That sounds... I'm not even gonna get politically correct with it. Some people just don't like white people. I don't even like white people sometimes. And that's not, fodder for you to say, well, even white people don't really like white people. We should just eradicate all... No. Okay? Not that anyone was thinking that. Hopefully. Thinking emoji. But like, yeah, it's kind of irritating. So I'm not gonna get into it. I don't want to talk about politics. Someone's gonna, you know, eventually see this, or maybe, hopefully, no one will eventually see this, and they'll be like, actually, your opinion is, you know, incorrect. Okay, sure. Maybe it is incorrect. Maybe it's not. Maybe you're a nerd, and you just got owned. Libtard owned. You're not a libtard for respecting all races and religion. Okay, well, that's exactly what a libtard would say. Save this one for a rainy day. This run is like kind of not boring, like I'm enjoying playing it, but like I didn't have to make very many tough decisions in this one. Like I didn't have to like scrape together everything to get it to work out. We're gonna get one more deal with the devil minimum. I don't know. My parents wait, I can't finish that sentence. Because it's still political. It's still not very good to talk about. Can't really talk about anything political, to be honest. This fight, by the way, this is a political commentary. This fight should get burned at the stake. So this is a big brain play. Don't pick up that yet, because it turns into a red heart. Get rid... Okay, maybe don't get rid of your red heart container. Maybe reroll this. Reroll this. Let me check this out. Not that I need any help or that this run needs any help, but like, let's peep right quick. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Hold this bad boy out now. And off we go. Anyways, I don't watch very much TV like at all. Like I actually think like I have like the mindset of like an old woman. Like I think TV is gonna rot your brain, and that's not like how I really feel, like really feel, but like at the same time, like I think TV is actually just like brain rot. And I don't say that to be quirky, I say that because I actually despise watching television. Which is weird when you hear me talk about television or TV shows, for that matter, for like the entire duration of this episode. But I want to make this clear. I think that some TV is good. Some of it is even really good. Right? But like at the same time, some of it is really bad and not really worth watching. You know? Some of it is like straight up just trash. And you shouldn't really even consider looking at it because it's not worth your time. And if you think it's worth your time, then you're in like a loop, right? But like I can't really say you shouldn't watch, like consume any television, because like I'm consuming, you know, stuff, but I'm consuming it in a different way. And let me explain. Why do I keep getting stat ups? I'm gonna try and find a way to explain this. Some TV is just straight up bad. And like a specific example is a lot of the garbage they put out on like, what is it called? like the family networks, like, what is it called? Like ABC and like NBC, or, you know, what's the other ones? Like the one that's like really popular, like channel, it used to be channel 3, like back when everybody had the same cable. Not the same cable, but before cable got complicated. Just hoping for Small Rock at this point. They come out with like this is a controversial opinion. My parents love Survivor, right? They've been watching Survivor since like before I was born, or like when I was born. Like that show is old, and they still watch it every season of it, and it comes out like every season. At this point, how many times can you see it before you're like, if I see any more of this tribal shit, I am going to blow a fucking gasket? You know, like how many times can you see? And it's not even like it's unique every time. Sometimes they have the same characters come on over and over again. Like one of the most famous players was like, I think his name was like Boston Rob or something, and he was on the show like 3 or 4 times, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know how many times he was on the show, but it was several times. And at that point, you're like, it's not even a unique show every time. It's literally the same thing every single, not the same thing, but like similar shit every single time. And you just like, I just think to myself, like, yeah, they're having fun watching it. So like, how I'm not gonna be like a sourpuss and be like, the show you're watching is stupid, and you know, no, I'm not gonna be like that. Like, I also gotta, you know, protest a little. Like, this stuff is like not even that good. If it's like a time sink for you, like if it's home, you know, ground zero, where you want to return to every night, or most every night, you know, that's fine. You know, you can do that. I watch a lot of garbage on YouTube. It's not on TV, it's on YouTube. So does that make it better? No. Actually, probably makes it worse. But like, should be gunned down in the street for wasting so much of my time. Die. Get out. If you watch the same stuff all the time, you know, that's fine. That's your call. You do whatever you want to do. Don't leave it up to me to be like, you know, well, the show you watch is stupid, so you shouldn't watch it. Whenever I watch like clickbait stuff on YouTube on the daily, you know, that's not my place, right? But like at the same time, you got to be like, well, I mean, it could be a little different. Like, you could change it up a little. But then again, like, that's why I think TV is just like worthless, is because they've been putting out the same garbage for, you know, who knows how long. Like the same type of garbage. Like how many CSIs are they on now? They got CSI Miami, CSI Los Angeles, CSI like the original one. They got CSI New York, probably, I think. That might just be Law and Order. They got CSI something. And then they got NCIS Miami, CSI Miami, I probably already said that one. NCIS, like the regular one. And then you've got like not spin-offs of it, but you have crime TV shows that are similar, but like they change it up just a little. And you know, that is what I asked for. I did ask for a little bit of change. But like at the same time, I meant like a little bit like more ingenuity here. When I said I wanted like something new, I meant like new, not the same show with different characters, but in the same or in a different location. You know, I meant like actually different characters and doing like different stuff. And you know, I don't have Polaroid invincibility. I thought all this time I did. Go ahead, kill me. Oh wait, you don't have the ability to kill me. You don't have the power needed to take me out of this mortal realm. Get me out of here. Easy run. No, but like it's the same. Like, and they have the knockoffs, or not the knockoffs, but like the spin-offs that are like, what is it called? Not Law and Order. Law and Order is a masterpiece. Don't ever talk to me about Law and Order. And SVU is good. That might be the same show essentially, but like it's a masterpiece. But then they have like, what is it called? The one where it's got that dude with the mustache who's like the commissioner, and all of his children are either lawyers or police officers, and they're like, oh, family means everything to me, but I have to run the city. And you know, what is it called? Something. It happens in New York. We got one of those. We got what else? We got that one that takes place in Hawaii. No, not Hotline Miami. Hot Hawaii. No, it takes place in Hawaii, Honolulu, and they're like, oh, there's a lot of crime in Hawaii. We gotta clean it up. What else is there? Just a lot of crime shows. And it's the same thing. You got a lot of sitcoms we don't need that have a dysfunctional family or a dysfunctional friend group or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just a lot of garbage. Nothing new and exciting. Where's the new hotness? Thanks for watching if you watched. I mean, midway through this episode, I got kind of choked up, but like, I think I kind of got into a roll at the end. Thanks for watching if you watched. Thanks for not watching if you didn't watch. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.